because they really do care about you and they really want you to excel. They will not only help you get into whatever you want to do post secondary, but they will give you like an entire toolkit to succeed and come out strong, unharmed. And so they will prepare you for life after high school.
I'm Glenn Herbert, and I'm an editor with Our Kids. We're speaking with insiders from Canada's leading private schools to gain insights into their programs, culture, traditions, and leadership. This includes insights from parents, alumni, and administrators. This is the Our Kids Insider Perspective.
So, one kind of tying all back to the leadership activities and opportunities. So, one thing I appreciate most was all of those fun experiences that I got that I 100% would not have received anywhere else. So, whether it be indoor skydiving in Montreal for physics class, or the winter camping trips for the Duke of Ed program, or the whitewater rafting, which was part of the week-long leadership trip. These are all like community building things that I definitely would not have received anywhere else. And like working closely with all the grades because it's such a community and so inclusive that we see everyone, everyone. That's something I really appreciated as well. I think it is the fact that in Kanata Montessori, the educators and staff really care about you. Like in other schools, if you're not doing so well, or if you come in looking a little, you know, bad, then not necessarily everyone will care about you. Here, like they will make it their like duty to investigate and figure out what's going on and help you in any way that they can. So an example of this would be when my principal and educators helped me with my university applications. Like I said, my parents weren't even in town the day I had to get in my university application. So my principal was up so late helping me, and so were all the educators. They all made it their kind of job to like help me and get me through this. And so I think that's one thing that really differentiates Canada Montessori from other schools. 3 words. Okay. So I think I would describe it as determined. Determined because they really, as I mentioned, they really care about their students and they'll figure it out. Like last year, I don't obviously I'm graduated, but my sister still goes there. And last year they did, although the pandemic and COVID-19, they still figured out a way for there to be a celebration or graduation at the end of the year. All of the educators like dressed up and they made signs and went to in their individual cars to all the graduates' houses and like honked and celebrated. And then they even managed to do a little get together later on when COVID was a little bit better considering all the public health guidelines. So one would be determined. Another one be flexible and like accommodating because they really understand each student and they really want to help. So they'll ask you like, what can we do so that we can help you, whether it be in academics or anything else. So they really they really want to help, and so they are as flexible as they can be. I remember in my grade 12 year I wanted to take grade 12 French to get the bilingual certificate, and then I also needed to take chemistry as a prereq for my program at university. So they were so flexible with me that they actually made a little separate mini class just for me so that I could do my chemistry class with the rest of my peers and then have and made time for me to have this one-on-one French class so I could still get my bilingual certificate. So flexible is definitely one of them. And the last one I think would be fun because, as I mentioned, there were so many activities and experiences that I got here that were just fun. Like I went indoor skydiving twice, something not a lot of people can say they've done in their high school as a mandatory trip. And like the Jeopardy game, there were a lot of STEM activities on like Friday. Every Friday, the school would get together entirely, and there'd be like community building activities. So there are a lot of fun activities. So I think fun would be the last way to. So
Yeah.
I think that would be that all the students really, like the educators care, but the students also really care about themselves, their academics. Like they also almost all, everyone wants to be better and improve. And that's why they're there for those one-on-ones with the educators and teachers. And like if there was a student who wasn't um, behaving like everyone else or meandering in a different direction. Like there's entire support system and all the peers who pretty much like there's no way you don't want yourself to do better in that situation. In the school for actual values, one thing that is very noticeable is a sense of community, community and leadership. They really build through their like the educators' time and hard work, like a large community of all of the grades. And the principal and staff, like they always say, like um, if you they can help you get into post-secondary, they can help you get there. So they're like teaching and they're great, but they really want you to have the habits and the good habits to get out strong out of university and actually for like life. So that's I think one of the highest like school values would be the community and actually like getting out of university strong. Most surprising about Kanata Montessori, I think it would be it's not a regular high school. It's not one of your traditional high schools where, there's going to be a class of 30 kids in a room, all on desks, and listening to a teacher talk, maybe not listening, and then period's over and everyone's gone. It's not really like that. Like, yes, they have a, yes, there are classes and there is a schedule and there are all of those things that are in traditional schools. However, Kanata Montessori has a very different teaching style. They really give you a lot of independence and time. They really work community building into the curriculum. So when you would enter, you might find somebody making a cup of coffee before their class. You might come in at lunchtime and the entire school is doing something together. Or like I said, like last period on Fridays is a school-wide STEM activity time. So where everyone is together again. So I think the non-traditional style of teaching, which is very modern and independent and technology focused, is something that you would be surprised to see, and then yet still having such a strong community aspect. So I think going to Canada Montessori, it really built my confidence. Like before coming to Canada Montessori, just an average like high school student with sort of falling grades and like a loss of motivation. But then coming to the school really gave me a chance to do new things and like learn things that I can actually be like good at school, right? So whether it be through all the leadership activities or the winter camping trips or all the small STEM activities and like helping younger grades through peer mentoring or spearheading clubs and events like Relay for Life and Meet a We, I really learned to like trust myself. And so that really in turn built my confidence. So I would say by increasing my confidence and teaching me to be organized, manage my time and schedule are things that really shaped me into who I am right now. I have a younger sister at Kanata Montessori right now. She's actually in the graduating year currently. And I always hear from her how Kanata Montessori is actually improving every year. And like I said, I was the second, or sorry, the third graduating class of Kanata Montessori. So I was there when it was very new, and every year their numbers multiply and things change, things improve. They're always like adding new and exciting programs. Like they had last year, they had like an impact program, which was like an interdisciplinary course that focused on design thinking and coming up with ways to like actually impact the world in big projects, like working with NGOs and businesses to support that program. And then like they obviously are increasing their facilities, because when I went there, it was very small. So they're increasing that. But as to when I was there, if I had to improve something or change something, when I was there were not a lot of developed sports teams. So sports teams and clubs, and I'm an athletic person. So if yes, when we went there was no shortage. Like we started we're doing all those clubs and initiating a bunch of things, but it was not at a very large scale. So that would be probably one thing that would change about my experience. But they are improving every year, and I'm sure with no time, and I'm pretty sure they might already have all of these things fixed already. So I graduated, like you said, 2 years ago. And although at the time when I was like actually at the school, I may like disagree with a couple of things or find other things hard, I can definitely look back and say that the school like actually did help me build my character, shape my like focus, and it actually helped me in a bunch of those aspects. So like I appreciate all the little things they did a lot more. Like those STEM activities every Friday might not have seemed as valuable or important. I might have thought, oh, I can like spend this time doing something else. It's not important. But now I realize how important those community building activities actually were to enrich like relationships and hone a variety of skills. So I definitely value and I'm grateful to the school and its educators for supporting and teaching me some of my most valuable life lessons, honestly. Okay, so I would definitely recommend the school because of the way they help build your character and confidence and let you have an identity. So they really give you several opportunities to increase your academics and almost anything in any regard. So that help build your confidence overall. That'd be one thing. Another thing would be they give you a lot of opportunities that you would not get anywhere else. And I've mentioned several times throughout this interview that there were a lot of experiences, like the fun ones, like the whitewater rafting, part of the leadership trip, the winter camping, indoor skydiving, the trips, the weekly STEM activities, these things, but not just that, like also in academics, like there were a lot of special programs, as I mentioned, Duke of Ed you could do, which is not something you could do anywhere else. I also got the chance to apply for the Chancellor's scholarship at Queens, which is only permitted to like one or two students per school. So going to a smaller school obviously gave me a lot more advantage and benefit to actually apply to these things. And other than that, there's like SHAD academically as well, which is an entrepreneurship summer program. And in terms of volunteering, you can literally spearhead and lead a bunch of any club or event or sports teams. All you got to do is ask your principal, make it work, right? And like a lot of opportunities like mountain biking and cricket teams. You won't find a lot of high schools that give you opportunities to do these different things. And the last reason why I would recommend This school is again because they really do care about you and they really want you to excel. They will not only help you get into whatever you want to do post secondary, but they will give you like an entire toolkit to succeed and come out strong, unharmed. And so they will prepare you for life after high school. I would say they would be doing the right thing. I would say they really should, because of all those reasons why I said I would recommend the school, but also because this school would really give your child the means and the opportunity to really be themselves and um, flourish where like in another place they might not be able to if there was like anything like larger school or not undivided attention, or if if you were too embarrassed to ask questions in a class of 30, not here you wouldn't be. So and it gives you all the means to really be yourself and figure out what you want. So I think that would be. I would say enjoy your time in the school and take it full advantage of the huge support system that they have there. Like, because wherever you go post high school, you might not get a huge support system like that again. Like for me, I went to university with where there's 400 people in one class. Like the teacher does not know me, right? There will not be individual effort. um but here they really do care. So it's like I would say trust and respect your educators because they truly want you to succeed and they really want to help you, and they will find a way no matter what to help.
For more information about this school, you can visit their profile at ourkids.net.